How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the TheBlueShifting. Welcome back to Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, 3rd chapter. Well, I put up 2 fingers there for a second. 3rd chapter. So, we're on the golden route now. We did the silver route before. Went pretty well. Boss fight was intense. Some of you said it was the hardest one, but then I heard somebody else say that the fight at the end of this one's the hardest one. So, I think it's a matter of perspective, but it's been pretty fun so far. Yeah, we're gonna jump in and kind of explore. I get the feeling this is going to be very much like a mirror of what we just did. I mean, the mirrors in the background kind of indicating that. So I imagine the exploration will be pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. We'll get to the end, probably have to fight Reese and a bunch of demons, and then we'll get to reunite, and we'll see what happens there. Maybe there's going to be a big final battle, but we did get at least one crystal. I'm wondering if we're going to get another character crystal at the end of this route, too. That would be interesting if they gave us 2 at once, but yeah. I don't know what else to really say other than the fact that happy to be here. I'm glad you're here as well. Let's continue enjoying this wonderful story together. So let's jump right in. Oh, before I go, real quick, my birthday's coming up, and I'm thinking of doing something for it because it happens to fall on a day when I don't have to work. Now, I don't know for sure how available I'll be that day because I might do other stuff that will be taking up my time, but assuming I will be relatively available, I might decide to do a live stream, but I don't know what I would do of it per se. I could just, play a game I'm currently playing in my free time, which is very limited. We could do a live recording of a series. Specifically, I could think of like the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. I haven't been able to make as much progress in that as I've been hoping, so I'd love an excuse to really dive into that some more. We could even do, I don't know, some Jackbox games or something. I don't know. And then again, I might even be able to do it, considering all things considered. I mean, even though it would be my birthday, I still need to do recordings for the normal channel, so I just don't know. If you have any thoughts or insights or something you might be interested in doing, like if we did for something special for the channel, because heck, even if we don't do it for my birthday, I usually do something kind of fun for the Christmas season, so it might be about time to do something like that. Like last year, we did the waifu tier list for the channel, which was great. And we also did a Hunger Games for the waifus as well, which are both in the Discord still. If you go there, you should be able to load up and do your own simulations of those as well. Like put your own chart. We had a few people post their versions of the chart that I did for the best waifu tier list. And then we had another chart where we did like the Hunger Games one, which you could also do. By the way, if you're curious, if you don't, for some reason you missed it when I did it, the chart winner was Majima. He's the S tier, and Chloe from Trails. Those were my 2 top tier characters, I think, as far as like, these are the girls whom I would be most interested in spending time with if they were real and I were in their worlds with them. Was it Chloe though, or was it Maya? It was one of the 2. I actually can't remember. They were battling for it. I remember it was one or the other for sure. Oh man, I sound like a fool. I don't know, but Chloe was very much up there, and I still think that she's one of the best characters. All right, let's move on. Yeah, so we'll go to the right here. Oh yeah, I forgot, this guy has, we got the treasure chests on this one, so yeah, pretty much a very similar layout as before. A little bit of reversed. Downside, I realized, despite the fact that I thought I'd given them like the hiding one where we like the enemies wouldn't be able to charge at us. We absolutely do not have that. So yeah, bit feeling that. I at least see them on the minimap, but like, this is gonna be rough. I can tell you right now, it's gonna be rough. So let's go on, shall we? Nice. I haven't heard her like line before, so that's actually kind of cool. Alright, chest time. Terra Bomb. The chest appreciates your concern, but it's doing okay. I'm not doing okay. Well, I actually am, but the world feels like it's collapsing around me at times. Alright, so I think, yeah, that's the way we came. God, they just sprint at us. Oh, this is gonna suck.
Come on, let's do it. No problem.
Woo! Overkill? Much? I'm gonna regret doing that. I'm using too much CP. I really wish I had that stupid thing. Let's see what's in the big one. Stinger M. Nice. 24 or 36. No, we aren't. The place is mine. I can do whatever I want with it. And what I want to do is wash my hands of the thing for good. He swallowed another healthy chunk of lamb, then clack went his knife. Alright, so that means we get to give Josette her own new gun. Cool. Now we gotta go this way. Probably fight, big fight. No, okay. Ooh, decent pile of stuff. Did you know? Hala from Gambler Jack's name was originally translated accurately as Haru, but it turns out the official Japanese spelling wasn't that, but Hala. It was revealed in Gambler Jack's sequel. Okay. So, Hala from Gambler Jack was originally translated as Haru, but it turns out the official Japanese spelling wasn't that, but Hala. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what it's like meaning by that. Is it just meaning that like Hala translated to Haru? I don't know. I'm not sure what that's implying. If you have clarity for that, I'm just confused. I mean, it sounds interesting, but I feel like it's trying to say that like the name was translated from Hala to Haru, and which is an accurate translation. But it turned out that the original like name was supposed to be Hala and not a translated name or a name like a name from the culture. It was supposed to be just Hala. So maybe that's what it meant. I'm not sure. Amar Spiritus. 21 or 36, and I say we keep it, she said, her stiff tone implying the other plans he dared to present would be, to put it delicately, stupid. Think of all the history you're abandoning. 50 years. Kumo no Tachi. Please do not take without permission. Thank you. Too late. Kumo no Tachi, I believe, is, yes, for him, which is good. Mueller is our biggest damage dealer right now, so it's good to give him a little bit of a boost. Let's go ahead and just save so I don't have to go through all that again. Alright, so we got that chest. So we go boom, and then down here maybe there's a door there, then there's 3 more chests, and then we're at the end with the last chest. You know what? I do not care enough. You can just die. I'm getting a lot of her killing stuff, actually. Alright, now I think we go north first. Yeah, so we're gonna go find this other door or whatever it is. Yes. Star door.
Nanji, 剣を持って己を語る者、我が元に引き連れよ。
Well, that's Zin, clearly.
さすれば扉を開かん。
Man talks with his fists. Pretty straightforward there. Which I'm not a fan of. A 1,000 Mira. Okay. Congratulations, it's a girl. Girl Mira, huh? Girl money. Oh, more Sephith. Good. Looking into the void inside the empty chest, you start questioning the nature of life itself. Pearl Earring Plus. Could you spare a Terror Bomb or 2 for these rusty hinges? I mean, I kinda could. It'd be nice if I actually could do something with that. Okay. So, something Earring 2. Pearl Earrings, prevents seal, movement, agility, and defense. Okay. That seems more like something I'd want to put on Mueller. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. Now we got one more chest to open, and we're moving on. A white bracelet plus. You open the lid. A piercing scream fills the air. You quickly shut the lid and walk away. A white bracelet plus. What does that give us? Arts, movement down, prevents blind. Okay. So like, he won't be able to move very much, because that's 2 movements down. He's got a movement of 3. But he's ranged anyway, so it should be fine. I said, trying to pretend like I'm not nervous. Okay. Well, with that, let's go. Area number 2. Same thing as before, kind of these longer corridors. This in the middle, this middle chest was the one that had the sword last time. So probably something interesting here for us too. And then we'll be at the end, which will lead us to our boss fight. That fight sucked. Man, I'm not looking forward to the boss fight. It's gonna be a nightmare, isn't it? It's not necessarily because the fight's hard. It's because my team is my team. Kira Bomb. Lit Creeks. 10,000 years I'll give you for such a crick in my neck. Oh, yeah, no, that is a reference to the genies in Aladdin's Disney's Aladdin. 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. I love it. Oh, it's such a fun reference. Ah. And then Cassette, just snipe this last one. Just being straight to the noggin.
Told you I could handle this.
Skull pendant. It's a shining palm. Wait, that's a lie. That's the promise of more treasure. Ah, shiny palms, I missed them. Alright, so we got the skull pendant, which prevents death blows. Because I think we got those two. Now, for the, probably the most impactful chest. Let's see what it says here. Aeon Bow. Yeah, what is it anyway?
Yeah. Is
it his mentors? Like, cause like, I wonder why he chose the bow gun. This really feels so personalized for them, like why? Aeon Bow. Oh wow, the range is up too. That's freaking good. Oh wait, just 29 out of 36. The son scoffed upon hearing Jubilee's name. His wife always had a habit of biting her lip before playing her ace in the hole, and there was no flinger ace against him than their daughter's opinion. Okay. Boom and boom. 2 chests. Gaia Greaves. Bet you 50 mirror the item is still in your inventory during the final battle. Screw you! You're probably right. Gosh darn it. Alright, Gaia Greaves. Move +4. Oh, that's pretty good. All their movements that matter are good, so like, let's give it to Bueller. But man, that's some good stuff. Oh, I have 2? Why do I have a second set? What the fetch? Oh, only she can do spiritual boots. Alright, then we'll give it to Gun. More Sephiroth. And the empty chest filled to the brim with food, it still wouldn't be enough to satisfy Reese. Yep, that's fair. Oh, no thank you. I had enough fights, thank you very much. Need to conserve my strength. Oh, speaking of which. I'm not sure I'm ready for this. I'd love to have more defense, but my gosh, it's so expensive. God, I never thought money was gonna be as big a problem as it is in this game. Like, in previous games, money was manageable. As long as you didn't, like, go crazy, like, you usually had plenty. But here, it's like, nope, you don't get to buy anything. What? You wanna keep buying upgradable defensive gear as every time you go into a new city? Nah, not gonna happen in this game. Alright, let's get this started. Let's hope I'm ready. If I have to, I can reload that save and buy some defensive gear, but Alright, Reese. Or clone Reese, where are you? There's the gate.
あれは出口ということか。ええ、その可能性は高そうですな。リースたちの方も順調にいってるといいんやけど。
There we go. Because my host is just walking.
簡単には通さないってことだね。
Here we go. There she is!
リスト
It's so clear that's not her, but at the same time, if there's anybody who would like be too stoic to be able to like understand it's not her, it would be Reese, because she's so like kind of like that.
操られたんか!
And then those mirrors, they don't look fun. Sheesh. Okay.
Strike is one. Told you I could handle this. Over here, Bobcat!
Alright. Let's get some chip damage in. Because if we can clear these mirrors first, we clearly should do that. Alright, that's some decent damage. Oh, fetch! Oh, I should have read their descriptions. Oh no. I almost killed her. Okay, hang on. All right, I don't have the information on him. All right, so I'm guessing these two will reflect magic damage and these two will reflect physical damage. That's absolutely what that's gonna be. Oh my gosh. They're trying to kill her.
For the sake of my master. Get ready.
All right, so a bit of a gamble here, but the different colors I'm just gonna have to make a guess on.
My soul and sword are as one. Righteous witness.
Oh, that looks so cool. I forgot how awesome his looks. All right. Phase 2 for Reese. Jeez. Now I need to use some attacks on those two for sure. Some arts attacks at least. Let's see, what do we got, huh? There, phase 3 time. And... Pew! Ah, didn't die? Dang it. I thought it would have been so fitting. Ah, well. Goodbye. That was so much easier than Reese's fight. Holy crap. Not even remotely close. Ah. Pretty good. Shield 4, too. We do get a second one. Interesting. Okay. We're getting 2 crystals. I would assume that they would be a partner pair, like a group that like 2 that makes sense to be together. I would have assumed Estelle and Joshua, but if it's not those 2, or maybe we'll get the 2 that complete the pairs we have. So what if we get Estelle and Agat? Because they are similar in some ways, but then we also like, because Agat for Tita and Estelle for Joshua, that could be really nice. Yeah, so that's gonna be my guess, is it's going to be Estelle and Agat. Sealing stone. Well, there we go. Not bad. Not bad at all.
どうやらこれで 試練とやらは終わりみたいやな。それにしてもまさかリースそっくりに化けてた魔物やったとはな。
Yeah, I don't like it.
さすがに驚いたよ。てっきり操られたのかと思っちゃったし。
ああ、よく知ってる俺ですら一瞬騙されかけたくらいや。お供に現れた鏡みたいなんもかなりヤバい呪具やったし。
Yeah, I don't like those mirrors. They were very scary.
やっぱり敵が仕掛けたものに間違いないやろ。
そうなるとシスターたちの方が心配だな。先を急いだ方がよかろう。
ええ、とっとと門をくぐりますか。
Alright, well, there we go. Think it's time to see how this all ends and gets those 2 stones unlocked.
Kevin!
Yay! Good to see everyone.
無事やったか。
Hooray.
どうやら本物みたいやな。たくあんまり心配させんなや。
それはこちらのセリフ。で
Aww.
もやっぱりあれはグリモアだったみたい。
ああ、そうみたいやな。
Grimoires.
グリモア。
あの擬態していた魔物のことか。
ええ、やはり聖典に記されている魔物で
Oh,
す。
like mimics basically. Or like body doubles, body snatchers.
魔物というよりも煉獄に落とされた魂の慣れの果てというべきか。
Oh, really?
魂の慣れの果てって。
不吉な響きですね。
七曜教会の教義によれば、罪深き魂は、そして絶え間なき業火に苛まれ、次第に自我を失っていき、
Oh, so those little globules that we fight are just like souls that have lost their identity.
最後には混沌たる魂魄の塊、グリモアとなるとされています。
Yeah.
それでは、あの擬態していた魔物が、そのグリモアだったと？ええ、共に現れた鏡や砲台も、煉獄に由来する呪具ばかり。どうやら敵はいかなる禁忌を用いてか知りませんが、
That's
地獄の釜の蓋を開けてしまったようです。
the implication if that's actually true is terrifying.
言えて妙だな。
Hello again.
この声は。
Oh, I actually thought it was gonna be the master. Yeah, Joshua, I figured you'd be reacting to this.
来たか。
のこのこ現れよったが、影の王とやらの命令で俺らの様子を見に来たんか。
It's just
確かに
it's
それも
totally
役目の
lol.
一つではある。忍者の導きもあるのだろうが、なかなか順調な童貞で何よりだ。
いいんじゃ。
もしかして、あの女性の霊のことですか？私たちに何かと助力をしてくださっている。
Oh, the hermit was the specter we saw.
そう。うつろなる庭園の主にして、影の国に取り残された亡霊だ。もっとも、我が王によってその力の大半を失っているがな。
Okay.
よう分からへんが、あんたらの敵ってことは結局俺らの味方ってことやな。
Not necessarily, but in some ways at least.
さて、あれが果たして本当にお前たちの味方になるのやら、それはさておき、影の王からの伝言を伝えよう。次なるは獣の道。
Oh, cool.
新たなる供物を食らい、汝が印を発現させるがいい。させれば煉獄の炎はさらにたけり、我が王国は真の完成に近づく。
Yeah, like I said, we're like basically unlocking these doors and locks for him, which is just terrifying.
どういう意味だ。
どう受け取るかは、お前たちの自由だとの仰せだ。それでは確かに伝えたぞ。
We're just being used to unlock the prison for this guy.
ケビン。
いや、悪い悪い。あんまり思わせぶりなこと言うから、つい壺に入ってしもたわ。
He's just like, you guys are trying too hard.
大方俺らを煙に巻くためのたわごとやとは思うけど、それにしたっていくらなんでも芝居がかりすぎとちゃうか。話がそれだけなら、
Oh,
と
he's
っ
got a
と
little
と消えたら
cold.
どうや。くだらんざれごとに付き合うほど俺らは暇やないで。
どうやら我が王からの歌詞、気に入ってもらえたようだな。さぞや懐かしかろう。
ケビン
Oh.
逃げる気
いずれ改めて相まみえることになるだろう。
Of course we will.
我が名は黒騎士。影の国随一の守護者なれば。
See you, lol.
それではさらばだ。
Yeah.
あれが黒騎士。
捨て台詞が好きなところは飼い主とそっくりやな。はったりで適当なことをほざいてるんが見え見えやで。
次なるは獣の道。新たなる供物を喰らい、汝が印を発現させるがいい。さすれば煉獄の炎はさらにたけり、我が王国は真の完成に近づく。
確かにどのようにでも解釈できる言葉ではあるな。
Yeah, unfortunately.
下手に真に受けると足を取られる恐れもある。
ね、そういうことです。さてと、せっかく封印石が2つも入ったし、一旦拠点に戻ろうか。そこの石碑を開放しておけば、すぐにでも探索を再開できるし。
それもそうですね。
Again, seems a little convenient.
今度はどなたが封じられているんでしょうか。
Alright. Chapter 3, Golden Road, Silver Road. Okay. So that's technically the end, but like, come on. Like, this episode would be too short if we ended it there. So normally this would be the perfect point to be like, all right, we're going to end here, but no. We're going to go open up those crystals at least. And then maybe just chat and see what we want to do with that. And then after the end, and then we'll probably end there. I'll still save though. Are we going to get another memory as well?
第543期修練生ケビン・グラハム、大いなる女神の名のもとに汝を聖杯の重騎士に任ずる。
Oh, look at him.
拝命しました。我が血と肉は七葉の断りに、魂は女神に捧げることを誓います。
その若さでの任命、いささか異例ではあるのだが、そなたの適性および研鑽が実を結んだものであると信じよう。
Gotcha.
これより先は女神のしもべとして秘跡の守護者たるべく励むがいい。
Oh, look at her.
やあ、ケビン・グラハム。
And Selnath. I like her. She looks pretty. She's very pretty.
無事お偉いさんの審議をくぐり抜けたようで何よりだ。良きかな良きかな。
セルナート教官、いろいろとお世話になりました。
So she's the one that trained you.
まさか守護騎士ほどの方に監督していただけるなんて思ってもいませんでしたわ。
首相な態度だな。とても身一つで風星省に乗り込んで俺を騎士にしてくれなんて頼み込んだ少年とは思えないくらいだ。
あれは俺も若かったってことで。
まあちょうどその場に居合わせていたからこそ私も君に興味を持ったのだがね。
There you go.
しかしその君がまさかルフィナの身内だったとはな。
Right.
どうせ
Rufina.
だったら彼女を頼って門を叩けばよかったものを。
I gotcha. But no, he wanted to do his own thing.
いや、いろいろと事情がありまして。
ま、司祭はいいさ。これで君も晴れて我らと同じ教会の犬となったわけだ。
Inuto. That's fun.
これからよろしく頼むぞ。
ね、こちらこそ。しかしその犬っちゅんはさすがに身も蓋もなくないですか？
Yeah, that's true.
痛いけな新人にかける言葉やないと思うんですけど。
Oh, I don't know though. Look at her. Gosh, she's so cool. She just radiates aura, just pure aura.
君が痛いけという玉か。それに我らの実態はまさにそういった類のものさ。秘跡の匂いを嗅ぎ回り、それに見入られし下法あらば喉に食らいつき噛みちぎる。
I mean, she's not wrong.
これを犬と言わずして何という。
ま、散々脅されましたし、今更ビビりはせえへんですけど。
Oh my gosh, I just realized. Calling him a dog, all I can think of is Lancer from Fate. And he looks like Lancer from Fate. Like, they're like the same face.
でも
分かっているさ、青少年。君の大事な人までそんな風に呼んでほしくない。
Okay, so does he actually have like real heartfelt feelings for her? I mean, she's much older than him.
つまりそういうことだろ。
だから違いますって。ルフィナ姉さん、俺の恩人っていうだけです。別にそんなつもりは。そんなつもりってどういうつもりなのかしら。
There she is.
ルフィナ姉さん、確か任務でレミフェリアに行ってたって。
あなたの叙任式に間に合うよう頑張ってお仕事を終わらせたの。おめでとう、ケビン。まさかこんなに早く一人前になってしまうなんてね。
ルフィナ姉さ
ん。That's awesome.
まだまだ半人前もいいところや。早いところ姉さんたちの足元くらいには追いつけるよう頑張らへんとな。
あら、ずいぶん謙虚なのね。ところで、リースにはもう知らせたの？
いや、今夜にでも手紙を書いて出すつもりや。あいつ、俺がいきなりアルテリア行きを決めたから、えらい腹立ててるみたいでな。
Arturia. I'd love to know more about this Arturia place. It sounds interesting.
なんとか機嫌を取っとかんと。
Yeah. So why is Reese mad at you? Like, just because you left her, now she's like, feels like she's alone? Or did she have feelings for Kevin at some point? Man, it feels so convoluted, like a big just bundle of just feelings.
暇ができたら一緒に里帰りでもしましょう。それから、ありがとう、アイン。
アイン、I like アイン。
貴重な休暇を潰してまでわざわざ面倒を見てくれて。
なんの、なかなかいい暇つぶしだった。武術にしても、砲術にしても、そこそこ筋は良かったしな。もっとも実技ばかりで、教養の方は今一つだったが。
Hey!
ああ、そんなことだろうと思ったわ。
ねえ。と、そうや。総務局の人に呼ばれてたんや。新しいメダルと部屋の鍵を受け取りに行かへんと。そんじゃ姉さん。
あ。
どうした？やはり身内を危険な仕事に引き込みたくはなかったか。
ううん。どのような道を選ぶかはあの子の自由だから。でも
お前が自慢するだけあって筋もいいし、必ずやいい騎士になるだろう。
I can see why you're proud of him. Aww.
それにルフィナ、これは私の勘なんだが、ひょっとしたら彼は
あなたと同じように成功が現れるかもしれない。
Stigma? A stigma manifests in him like it has in you. What? I feel like I've heard of that, but what is that?
選ばれぬ身でそれに気づくか。
Stigma. Wait, is that the brand that, like the tattoo brand that Joshua used to have? Wasn't that called a stigma, or was that something else?
つくづくお前が守護騎士の一人であったらと。
いくら親友でも褒めすぎよ。武術も砲術も10人並み。聖騎士になれただけでも上出来と言えるくらいだわ。
Aww.
そう思っているのはお前だけさ。例の蛇が絡んだ事件。尋常ではない使い手が相手だったそうじゃないか。
Look at that. They've been wrestling with Ouroboros for a while.
それを見事にあしらって解決に導いたと聞いているぞ。
Okay, I wonder who that was, because we know that Leon had a fight, and he mentions, I think, Rufina in the last chapter. So it sounds like it might have been him, but I thought he implied that he killed her there. So maybe not.
あれは相手がわきまえた人だったから落としどころに持っていけただけよ。でもケビンは違う。私なんか比べ物にならないほど優れた素質を持っているわ。でもね、
Oh, yeah.
あの子は優しすぎるのよ。
He is. Yeah, he struggles to do the really heartless stuff. Even when he does, like he's able to do it now, but like he hates himself.
優しすぎて自分を追い詰めてしまうくらいに。
I bet you that's this game. It's gonna be the story about him being put in a corner. Like, the dark stigma. Okay, that'd be interesting, because I want to learn more about the stigma, because I want to make sure I'm remembering that correctly. But, like, if I think about this, the corner here, like, I can see us going all the way to the end, and then here's the thing, he reveals, like, oh, the mastermind guy is this big evil power, right? But he's been locked in this prison, and he's trying to escape. And if we leave, he escapes too. So Kevin's going to be forced to choose, do I do whatever it takes to contain this evil, which is the right thing to do, but doom myself and everybody else here whom I care about? Or do I open it, allow the evil to escape, but my friends as well, but betray my oath, which is to do whatever it takes to contain these types of things? I bet you that's the choice. The choice will be, do I condemn myself and my friends in order to prevent evil from escaping? Or do I open the gate and allow it free, despite the terrible consequences that will come around because of it, in order to save my friends? I think that's what the choice is, for sure. All right, let's set this up. 2. Let's see who they are. Oh, I'm excited. This is always my favorite part, is just like getting new people. But now our team's gonna be so freaking huge. Yeah. It looks like. Oh! Olivert! And Zin. I was a bit surprised to see you here. Why were you two together? But alright.
ジンさん？王子？あんたか。どうやら夢というわけでもなさそうだな。
違いない。シェラ君ならともかく、夢の仰せに酒飲み友達というのはいささか僕の流儀に反するからね。
Are you still like actually interested in Shera?
お前さんらしいな。しかしさすがにシェラザードは酒飲み友達にはならないか。
シェラ君には飲まれても、彼女の酒には決して飲まれるな。
She's not fun to actually go drinking with.
リベールで得た教訓の一つだよ。
それはまた随分と貴重な教訓だったようだな。さてと。
Hi.
どういうことなのか、できれば説明してもらえるか。
Oh, it's a weird one.
久々の仰せに感涙して熱いベーゼと抱擁を交わす前にね。
まったく。さすがと言うべきか。お二人ともこんな状況で全く動じてへんですな。
Yep. That's fun though. These two will be great.
むむむ？これはどうしたものか。
Hold up. What does that even mean?
にわかには信じられないだろうが、これが我々の置かれた状況だ。
Miller, calm down.
まずは受け入れた上で対処していくしかあるまい。
ミラー、君は一つ勘違いをしているよ。すでに僕はこの状況を現実として受け入れているのだから。
ならばどうしてそのようなしかめ面をする？
I like Oliver's outfit in this. He looks great.
決まっているじゃないか。ヨシア君、クローディア殿下、そしてユリアさんに初対面のリース君。
And then Reese.
一体誰から再会の抱擁とベーゼを交わそうかと悩んでね。
Oh gosh, you shut your mouth. Tina's like awkward laugh.
本当に相変わらずですね。ねえヨシは本当にこれが帝国の王子殿下なわけ？
一応そうみたいだね。
とまあそれは半分冗談だとして、話を聞いている限り事件の謎も少しずつではあるが明らかになっているようだ。その意味では僕も喜んで協力させてもらいたいところだが、
その前にいくつか確認しておきたいことがある。そんなところか。
さすがジンさん。話を聞いていて
同じような疑問？
何か気づいたことでも？
そうだな。いくつかあるんだが、
Okay.
まずは何度か現れたという女の霊という存在についてだ。
彼女ですか？
確か偽のグランセル城の女王宮で最初に現れたんですよね。
Although I think she's been talking to us for a while.
ええ、殿下の元に至るための鍵を我々に託してくれました。しかし最初に現れたという意味ではそれより以前のようですね。
Good. Glad I caught on to that.
確かに。俺とリースが最初にこの場所に飛ばされた時に聞こえてきた声。どうやらあれも彼女だったみたいです。
そうですね。
最初は声だけだった存在が姿を見せ始めている。
Yeah, maybe as we get further in, she's like getting more access to her own power as we turn on the terminals and stuff.
あの黒いお兄さんが言ったことを裏付けているかもしれませんね。
なあ、王に力を奪われた忍者という呼ばれ方、そして庭園の主という表現か。
Oh, okay. So she might actually be a villain as well. She just wants our help to get back what she has.
そしてそこの石碑には忍者の庭園という言葉が刻まれているという。
Okay, okay. So this is her home.
それらの話から推測すると、
この拠点そのものが彼女に関係している何らかの場所だということか。
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that either.
なるほど。ここってわけがわからないけど、他と違って妙に居心地がいいし。
うん。少し見えてきましたな。どうやら彼女はもともとこの場所にいた存在らしい。しかし影の王のせいで力を奪われてあんな姿になった。
Yeah.
そんな状態にもかかわらず俺らの手助けをしてくれている。
その意味では各地に点在している石碑も彼女ゆかりかもしれませんね。まるで僕たちを導くかのように置かれていますから。
そう。そして同じことがある重要な品についても言える。ケビン神父。
あ、
その宝石の正体は今のところ定かではないが、少なくとも彼女ゆかりの品である可能性は高いと思
う。That's true.
どうだろう、この読みは。
Maybe that's the part of the issue too. So the hermit got in here. Maybe she's in here by accident, and she's been stripped of almost all her power. This cube is what activated that brought us in here, right? So what if she, desperate to try and escape, brought us in and is asking us to help her escape? Inadvertently, though, it's going to let the other guy go too, which is why he's kind of toying with us rather than actually stopping us.
いや、大したもんですわ。正直、この混沌とした状況でかなり情報が整理できた感じです。しかしそうなると、ただ前に進む以外にも目的が一つ増えましたな。
彼女の力を取り戻して詳しい話を聞かせていただく。つまりそういうことですね。
ええ、その通りですわ。多分そうでもしないとあの影の王たちにはとても対抗できへんでしょう。
So we gotta keep opening up terminals. But the thing is, I'm doing that for everyone I find. It's not like I can't.
確かに。
それはそれでいいとして、もう一つだけ確認したいことがあるんだ。
え、まだあるんですか？
ああ、その影の王についてさ。単刀直入に聞くが、君心当たりはないのかい？
どうして俺に？
いや、話を聞いていると君にご執心のようだからね。
ああ。
亡くなられたというリース君の姉上についても知っていたようだし、さらに悪魔などという君たちの聖典ゆかりの存在すら。
そう言われると確かに。
Right. Oh, you know what? With Lowell being here, maybe that's the idea. So maybe this is connected to Gehenna, right? To hell. And recently departed souls that go to Gehenna, they eventually lose their identity. But that means that they might have it at first, right? So, and then we have Lowell here, which I'm like 99% sure he died. So if he died and just got reconstituted over here, what's to stop Weissman from doing the same? So what if this master is Weissman? Like, he died, he got salt pillared, right? But he's here, and he's mastered the ability to manipulate creatures on this side of the veil of life. Maybe that's what's going on here. But if that's true, it's implying that they could escape and reconstitute themselves in reality, which is a horrifying thought. Huh.
ただ残念ですけど、特に心当たりはないですわ。どちらかというと俺より聖杯騎士団に敵対してる連中なのかもしれません。
She's like, uh-oh, maybe he's lying.
こう言ってはなんだが、敵が多そうな組織のようだから、それもあり得る話か。かくいう僕も敵が多いという意味では
まったく何を人事みたいに。
敵の正体に関しては引き続き保留になりそうですね。もう少し相手から情報を引き出せるといいんですが。
あ、今度現れたらなんとか聞き出してみるとしよう。そんじゃ例によって準備を整えたら早速出発するとしますか。目的地は第4星層、合流地点にある天異人の先やね。
Agreed.
ケビン、
Oh, the music's gone. What happened? Hey?
なんや、なんか他に言っとくことでもあったか？
いえ、少し体調が優れないので、私は遠慮させていただこうかと。
Okay.
申し訳ありませんが、ケビンをよろしくお願いします。
Why?
無茶はしないと思いますが、爪が甘いところがありますので。
Okay.
リーシュさん？ちょっと！
What is that about?
いいのか、追いかけなくても。
すいません。ちょっと行ってきますわ。
Thank you. What is happening?
リース！おい！リースってば！なあ、何怒ってんのよ。ああ、そっか。さすがにお前の知らへん連中ばっかやもんな。なのに俺だけ盛り上がって、少し無神経やったかもしれん。すまん。謝るわ。
I like how it's actually a dynamic map of like the actual stuff.
まだごまかすの？
Oh, she's calling him out.
確かに、私が少しだけ疎外感を感じていたのも事実。さすが、例の事件で一緒に危機を乗り越えてきた仲間なだけはあるって思った。
ま、いろいろとあったしな。
正直、寂しかったし、羨ましかった。この5年間、ケビンはずっと私のことを避けていたから。
Right, but I imagine this has to do with Rufina.
私の知らないところで仲間を作っているケビンを見て、ほんの少しだけ悲しかった。
Oh, that's probably so true. Oh no, Kevin.
リース。
でも、それでもいいと思った。あの日、姉様があんなことになって、ケビンは傷ついていたから。自分を責めて追い込んで、汚れた仕事ばかり引き受けて。擦り切れそうになっているのが、噂で聞いても分かったから。だから、気を許せる仲間ができたことは、寂しかったけど、嬉しくもあった。
リス、な。
でも違った。
Oh, you haven't made new friends at all. I'm also wondering, like, how involved was Kevin in Rufina's end? Like, was he just there? Or was it somehow actually his fault? Like, not in a figurative, like, I should have been stronger and could have saved you way, but as in, like, he literally was his fault. Like, he had to for some reason.
ケビンは、あそこにいる誰に対しても気を許したりはしていない。心が冷めきっているのに、表面だけ調子を合わせてるだけ。
Holy crap, she's just calling you out.
感情を完璧にコントロールして、気さくな人間のふりをしてるだけ。しばらく見ててやっとわかった。
そりゃまた妙な心配をされたもんやな。
No, no, no. I've seen it too. Maybe not to that extent, but I remember seeing the dead in your eyes. I know how much you hate what you're doing. Maybe what it represents more than anything. Killing Weissman the way you did tore your soul, but you wanted to do it because you knew it had to be done, and it sounds like it's a way of punishing yourself too.
悪いけど、俺はそこまで器用やあらへんで。
No, that's not true at all. You're actually really good at pretending to be something you're not.
嬉しい時は嬉しいし、怒りだってそう抑えられへん。お前も昔から知ってる。見たまんまのわかりやすい男や。
確かに。
I didn't say you were easy to read. You weren't easy to read.
影の王の言葉には本気で動揺してたみたいだね。
Yeah.
ケビンは気づいている。あの人たちが何を言ってるのかを。
Oh, like, what do you mean?
なのに他の人にはわからないふりをしている。ひょっとして自分自身にも。
何言って。
What does he know?
新たなる供物を喰らい、汝が印を発現させるがいい。あれはどういう意味なの？
なあ、リス。お前は少し疲れてるんや。
Look at that, he's just pushing her away again.
俺への怒りと不満。それが変な風に結びついて、見当外れな方向に向かってる。疲れてるから、そんな風に悪い方に考えるんや。
I don't know, Kevin. You're losing some real strong points with me right now.
正直、お前には悪いことをしたと思ってる。忙しかったのは確かやし、合わす顔がなかったいうのも正直なところや。でも、これから一緒に仕事することに。
もういい。
Yeah! Earned. Deserved.
いい加減にして。そんな空ごと私に通用すると思うの？
Alright, so Kevin, you've dropped several places, but Reese is just shooting up into the category of really good contender for a best girl.
重騎士失格だけど、このまま一緒にはいられない。
Aww.
これ以上空っぽなケビンを私は見ていたくないから。
That's really sad.
だから。
Aww.
ケビンさん。
I know how this goes, man. I'm right there with you. I've tried to disconnect from a girl who loved me and I loved in return. Maybe not the same way, but you're making a mistake, dude.
みっともないところを見せてしまったみたいやな。
いえ。
なあ、ヨシャ君。君、俺のことある程度は調べたんやろ？
それなりに、下方狩り、ケビン・グラハム。
Ooh, heretic hunter.
聖杯騎士団を率いる12名のドミニオンの一人。
I didn't realize he was a Dominion. Really?
そして、許されざる滞在人の処刑を一手に引き受けているという代行者。
Holy crap. But he's like your mirror. He's like the Joshua for the church.
さすがやな。エステルちゃんに近寄る男の経歴くらいは徹底的に調べてるか。
Well.
ええ。しかし、あなたは罪人以外、決して危害を加えたことがない。その意味で当面は危険はないと判断したんです。
なるほどな。
やはり、ワイスマンはあなたが。
ああ、もともと俺の任務は奴を消すということだけや。それ以外のことは全て仕込みと目くらましに過ぎん。
Dang. Holy crap.
君らとの協力関係もな。
分かっています。エステルがグロリアスに連れ去られた一件。
Oh. He's about to say I'll never forgive you for that.
あれも多分あなたは最初から見越していたはずだ。
ほう。
そこまで見抜くか。そう。俺はエステルちゃんがさらわれる可能性に気づきながら何の対応もせえへんかった。
Alright, Kevin. Alright, Kevin. This really sucks because it's like this type of attitude and these decisions that he's making absolutely is destroying him. I can see it. We know it. It's pretty blatant, but still, he feels like he's justified.
彼女を餌にすることで、ワイスマンや居場所の不明な君の動向をつかむつもりやった。
Oh, so Joshua was a potential target too.
そうでしょうね。それでも僕はあなたに感謝しています。あなたの協力がなかったら僕は教授の操り人形のままだった。
That's true.
何よりも大切なものをこの手で壊してしまうところだった。その借りは一生かかっても返せないと思っているくらいです。
Joshua, you're a really good person.
大げさやな。言っておくけどあれは君のためにやったんやないで。 君の呪縛が解けることで奴を動揺させて隙を作る。それを狙ってやったことや。
I don't buy it, but at the same time, I get it.
それでも僕はあなたに感謝せずにはいられない。
Holy crap.
その正体を知ってもなお好意を抱いてしまうくらいに。
君結社を抜けて正解だったかもしれへんな。向いてへんで、どう考えても。
Yeah, true.
今更ですが僕もそう思います。リースさんの代わりはしばらく僕が務めましょう。彼女ほどではないでしょうがケビンさんのバックアップを務められると思います。
だから狩りとか考えなくてもええっちゅうのに。でもまあええか。君かてエステルちゃんのことが心配で仕方ないところやろうし、ありがたく力を貸してもらうで。
ええ。
I don't like this. I really don't like how he's treated Reese. That's not cool. Alright, well, I got Joshua. I have to have Chloe. Select characters you can... Yeah, so... Like, definitely taking Chloe. And next... There's a lot of good choices, but I actually want to take Zin. I want to see how effective he is, but my favorite thing with Zin is the fact that he could do, like, the map-wide taunt, and he was just like a freaking brick wall. So being able to taunt everything and just, like, let them all come at him while we just rip them to pieces from the side is so nice. So I want to try having him with me. Alright. There's one last thing I'm going to do. Well, I'll save, and I need to set up support anyway. But, there's one last thing I want to do, and that is to get, see if there's books to read. So we can read the books at the end of this episode. It'll make it a bit longer, but it also means we don't start next episode reading books. Okay, so arts and arts defense up and regular defense down. That's pretty solid for it. Defense and arts defense up and arts percent down. Speed up and defense up is still probably the best buff general, but just set with item drop and Sephiroth gain. That's better for building long term. So we're gonna keep having her on support until we do boss fights, then we'll switch her out. And it looks like we might have like, we're going to the 4th plane, and it looks like there might be a 5th, 6th, and 7th, but there's also like this bubble up here, so maybe there's like another thing here. I'm not sure what that represents. We also have a few doors we're gonna be able to do. So, the Darling of Pure White Radiance is proof of her scholarship. Who's that supposed to be? Pure White Radiance. I don't know. Star Door. Eyes of Amber and Princess Phenomenal Will. We got those. The man who talks with his fist. So we got Zen. So we got to do Star Door 4. So we'll probably start next episode with Star Door 4. And we have this door with Zen as well. So we've got 2 doors to do. This one is in the arena, and the Suns tend to be the games, right? So because we don't have a Stell yet, but that's probably going to be a fishing mini game. So this is probably going to be like a tournament arc. So I'll have to do that. But anyway, let's go look for books real fast. And I got to try and talk to Reese, even though it's not going to let me. But like, holy crap, dude. Kevin, what is wrong with you? Aw, they're over here comforting her.
リースさん、お薬とかお持ちしますけど。バカ！あれは怒ってんだからさ。だから、このエセ神父がなんか言っちゃいけないこと言っちゃったんだよ。
Just knows exactly how she's feeling.
それでカチンときて、ああやってムスッとしてるんだから。
The phony priest.
声なんてかけない方がいい。でも。
Aw.
ケビン、嘘をつき続けるならそれでケビンが満足なら。でもそれなら私には話しかけないで。
That's me.
でもあんなに元気ないし、どうしたらいいんだろう。
あれ、なんやものすごい罪悪感。
It's like, God, please, I feel bad enough as it is.
ほら、ここは僕らに任せて、とっとと探索に戻りなよ。
Just you're good egg. You're actually here trying to help Reese feel better.
あんたがいたら余計こじれるだけだろ。
そやな。よろしく頼むわ。
That's unfortunate. Oh, there are a number of interesting books here. Oh. The book is back! Yes! Do I still have it? I need to make sure I have this. I have to have the holy texts for talking to cats. That's probably going to be relevant in the realm of beasts. And if I don't, I have to save it myself. But I think I've got it here. Yes. Okay, the texts are accurate still. Cool. The Arab woodpecker. The Arabe scenic route is a road lined with beautiful groves and slender trees on each side of its cobbled path, a notable site frequently appearing in ancient royal court literature. It is thought by researchers that the scenery which knights once laid their eyes on was far more spectacular than the one seen today. Sadly, those vivid colors appearing in days of yore have long since been lost. Those awe-inspiring hues which were written in poem and song refer to the plumage of a single bird, its name the Arab woodpecker. Presently, they're exceptionally rare to catch glimpses of this brilliant azure bird. In fact, its extinction has even been suggested on more than a few occasions. In an interesting light, traditional songs sung by knights of the time past mark frequent mentions of the birds as being a common sight. It undoubtedly seems as though there used to exist a comparably large population of these woodpeckers in contrast with their meager numbers in recent times. This brings us to the pivotal question: what fate exactly befell these birds over the course of the last several hundred years? A peculiar mode of life. Although the Arab woodpecker is in fact a woodpecker, it does not peck holes in the trunks of trees, the reason being it cannot. In general, woodpeckers use their beaks to burrow holes into the burrows of trees for nesting, but the Arab woodpecker, and this is an impossible task. Consequently, they figured out another way to deal with this problem. Even if they do not bore the holes themselves, there are many other nesting holes for them to choose from. That's right, they will usurp the nesting holes made by other species of woodpecker. Excuse me. The Arab woodpecker, with the beak perfect for catching insects and its clever ploy of stealing a fellow's nesting hole, was believed to have the traits that would allow it to prosper indefinitely. Invasion by an invasive species. A sudden change occurred when a new, larger species of woodpecker came to live in the forest inhabited by Arab woodpecker. This larger species had managed to migrate by way of boat from a distant native land. As nautical technology developed and trade began to flourish, the coming and going of marine vessels became increasingly dynamic. However, those which traveled on these boats and ships were not always human. Blending in with various freight and cargo, these creatures from another land managed to come ashore one after another. With the introduction of the larger species of woodpecker, those smaller species which were once endemic to Liberl gradually left the Arab forest in search of new habitats. Life also became problematic for the Arab woodpecker as its nesting hole size differed greatly from the outsiders. Yet despite these drawbacks, it continued to stay in the forest. When the other small species of its habitat being driven out, finding another woodpecker's nesting hole became increasingly difficult. If a nesting hole could not be found, the Arab woodpecker, of course, could not reproduce either. Thus, chances for reproducing amongst its kind gradually decreased, and a long era of decline set in among them. Cleverness and their eventual downfall. The Arab woodpecker, with its clever methodology of using nesting holes of others, enjoyed a brief period of prosperity. However, having abandoned their ability to bore holes for themselves some millennia before, left them unable to cope with the abrupt change in their environment. On the other hand, those other species of woodpeckers, despite having been displaced by invasive species countless times, have continued to prosper today as they have in times past. There are many things which we ourselves can learn from these tiny birds, so if you should happen to see one of the azure rarities flying amongst the trees of the grove bordered avenue on the Arab scenic route, please remember the struggles they have been forced to endure. Hertz Adventure 1. Alright, whew. Get those reading chops going. Encounter with the spectacled genie. Using his finger to push his slipping glasses back up the ridge of his nose, young Hertz continued his journey. As far as he could see in every direction, the earth had been blanketed with a thin layer of white. The fine powder covering the ground in undulating lumps and clumps was actually made up of pale granules of sand, which were light and fluffy like the freshly driven snow. "Where's the river supposed to be?" came a raspy voice of the youth named Midas from behind. Midas, a skinny boy with the hair the color of tobacco leaves protruding from the butt of a hand-rolled cigarette, was Hertz's most trusted friend and one who never hesitated to tag along with him on his impulsive adventures. "Just a little further," young Hertz replied without turning his head to look back at his companion. The two of them had set out for the spindly river which cuts directly across the center of the parched white desert and the oasis beside it. A rest stop well known for being the last place of refuge for those travelers and their camels who were brave enough to cross the scorching dunes. Young Hertz and Midas had planned to camp there along the riverside that evening before attempting the trek across the remainder of the barren lands the following day. "So, do you think we'll really be alright?" Midas asked as he unwrapped the silver wrapper of a half-melted candy. "There's been a rumor going around of a genie appearing in these parts, and believe it or not, but some say he'll even gobble us up whole people." Rumors are just that, rumors, replied young Hertz, but I might consider their veracity if we ever did happen to come across a real one, he added, brushing off the idea with a chuckle. No sooner had the words left his mouth when a booming voice thundered from somewhere behind them. Then how about you start considering that now? Upon hearing this, young Hertz turned quickly around, his eyes searching for the source of the questioning voice. There standing before him was a figure of a decrepit genie, swathed in a robe of incomprehensible black. Its back more bowed than a curled spine of a cat seeking its master's attention, and a pair of odd spectacles perched atop its curved shape like talon-like nose. Yet, the more young Hertz looked at the genie, the more unsure he became as to whether he was staring at something resembling a shriveled old man or a ghastly old woman. Midas froze in terror as he saw the tall robed person is not far from his side. I'm not scared, he stuttered with a face whiter than the desert sand surrounding them as he noticed young Hertz's gaze fixed on the genie. My candy just got stuck in my throat, Al, he croaked out as he bubbled through a jumble of ridiculous excuses in his head. A complex smirk of wrinkles curled across the genie's cheeks, giving the illusion that someone else was living below had haggard skin. Oh my, how cruel it is you to have been gobbled up whole. What a piteous fate that a sugared lump of candy in your gullet. Not seeming to mind the spectacles had begun to slip from his nose, the genie continued to shake his head, gripped by some mad delight. But fear not, my little drop of sweetness, for I shall avenge you by digesting the very marrow of these boys' bones as I change them into the dust of these arid lands. The genie narrowed its turbid eyes and trundled toward Midas. In an instant, the sleeves of his robes were flung back, exposing thin, gnarled arms which shook like a pair of long, withered branches in the wind. The genie's fingertips extended, sharp as pointed tridents, and sped towards Midas's twitching face, advancing with precision, or at least that's what it seemed like, until they passed by the boy's face and stabbed futilely at the empty air. As if being slightly amazed by the failed attempt, the genie cocked his head in surprise, but soon thereafter took notice of what had been amiss. In a hurry, it brought both its hands up to its ancient face and began to neatly adjust the pair of spectacles which sat crookedly on the top of its bent nose. I've had poor eyesight since I was a child too, said young Hertz to the creature as it fumbled with the glasses, and it looks to me like yours is worse than mine. As soon as the genie took in the young boy's words, another much larger set of furrowed wrinkles appeared on its face. How did you know? It asked suspiciously. The genie tweaked the position of its spectacles on the bridge of its nose before it turned back to young Hertz and inquired again. How do you know my eyes were so bad? Young Hertz exchanged incredulous looks with Midas, both taken aback by the genie's apparent obliviousness. However, while this was occurring, another expression had taken over the wizened face. So that's it, huh? I see how it is. The genie went on as it raised the bony white finger and pointed at the set of glasses young Hertz was wearing. Those are magical spectacles, aren't they? The creature declared triumphantly. What? Said young Hertz with a confused look on his face. Indeed, they must be, the black-robed genie muttered as it cast its eyes heavenward while ignoring young Hertz's response, and at once more the crone-like figure began to tremble with glee. Alright, number 2. Those magical spectacles must be capable of seeing the true nature of anyone who stands before them. After a fitful bout of shaking from excitement, but this time making sure to check that its own spectacles were aligned, the genie gazed down resolutely at young Hertz. There's no point having a boy such as yourself hang on to such an invaluable item. In fact, it would be your best interest to hand them over. Otherwise, it trailed off, but instead of elaborating on its threat, the genie simply extended its arms once more. This time the genie picked up a boulder much larger than a normal person could lift, and young Hertz and Midas watched as the massive rock disappeared into the fiery depth of its open mouth, causing the wind to stir as it clamped down on its descended jaw with incredible force. The genie gulped down the large rock as if it had been a light snack, and not a moment later a hollow sound like something being thrown into a deep well echoed in the depths of its belly. So, have I made myself clear? If you do not hand over those spectacles, it is you who will end up being my next sweet morsel. Midas looked at young Hertz with frightened gaze. Did you see the humongous mouth of his? It's the real deal, alright, it's just like the rumors say. Yeah, but that leaves us with another problem, sighed young Hertz. Without my glasses, I can't continue my travels. As young Hertz stopped to ponder his dilemma, another large boulder at his feet disappeared into the genie's voracious mouth, followed once again by the ominous hollow echo from beneath the sable garb. But if he eats us, it will both be done for, argued Midas as he stood shivering with fright, imagining the candy he swallowed not minutes before. Guess you're right, concluded young Hertz, as he stepped closer to the genie. All right, good sir. We'll give in to your demands. Being swallowed up whole doesn't sound like much fun, he declared. A wise choice you've made, boy, replied the genie. After taking a long look at young Hertz's face, the genie narrowed its eyes and a plethora of wrinkles crinkled about the corners. Young Hertz said nothing as he unseated the pair of glasses from his nose and obediently placed them at the feet of the genie. So, these are magical spectacles, the creature said in a voice quavering with excitement as it squatted down, its face drawing close to where they lay in the sand. Impatiently, it tossed aside its own spectacles, and after blindly searching by hand for the object of its fascination through the soft granulated sand, it picked them up, placed them snugly atop its nose. These are no less than magical spectacles indeed, it cried in a tremor of delight as it danced around, causing its robe to flutter about wildly. With these I shall have nothing to fear. And with one last deafening screech, it disappeared just as suddenly as it arrived. The drifting echo of its voice faded, the two boys once again stood alone in a sea of white sand. Midas scanned the area around them. Looks like he's really gone, he said, his voice weak with relief. Indeed, there's no sign as far as the eye could see of the black-robed figure. Feelings of a pang of sympathy as he looked around at the sight of young Hertz's face, who strangely enough seemed to be amused by something. Midas began to rummage through this pocket, looking for a piece of candy to offer his friend as a token of solace over the loss of his trusty eyewear. Walking up to the other boy, Midas held out the candy, the silver wrapper half undone. Don't be disheartened, old friend. It's not like this is the last adventure we'll have. I think I'm going to be just fine, replied young Hertz, his voice subdued, but his adventurer's eye twinkled with laughter. Then, as if harking back to some past event, he continued his thoughts aloud. Man, that genie must have been blinder than a bat with no eyes, he said in astonishment. Midas stared at young Hertz, uncomprehendingly, until the other boy turned fully toward him, a grin splitting his face from ear to ear. Then Midas saw it, a smile of his own spread across his face, for there, resting atop his friend's nose, was something which had grown familiar to him over the years. In the end, it seems the poor fool managed to mistake his own glasses for mine, young Hertz went on in a comical tone. So the ones you're wearing now are, Midas asked, those silver rims of the glasses had already confirmed it. Yep, they're the exact ones I put on this morning. With a happy air, young Hertz took the sugary treat from his friend and popped it in his mouth. However, this time, as the honey glaze of the candy balls they carried in their mouths melted away, both he and his friend made certain not to swallow them whole. You know, Midas said as they walked along, even if there were such a thing as magical spectacles, I don't think they'd amount to anything in his possession, because you and I both know the habit of losing them when things matter most. That's a cute little story. And then 31 cypress trees. The good farmer Sherpot planted 5 cypress trees in his garden. The good farmer Sherpot dunged the earth carefully about them. The good farmer Sherpot suffered a year of pestilence. The good farmer Sherpot watched all his trees wither away. The good farmer Sherpot planted another 7 cypress trees. The good farmer Sherpot dunged the earth about them even more. The good farmer Sherpot suffered a year of bitter winter. The good farmer Sherpot watched all his trees snapped in the biting cold. The good farmer Sherpot planted still another 9 cypress trees. The good farmer Sherpot dug the earth around them furthermore. The good farmer Sherpot saw his trees grow into a great canopy. The good farmer Sherpot watched as all his trees broke under the weight of the great snow. The good farmer Sherpot planted yet another 11 cypress trees. The good farmer Sherpot plucked those which were frail and cast them into the fire. The good farmer Sherpot suffered yet another pestilence in great winter. The good farmer Sherpot watched his latest trees grew into magnificent fir. The good farmer Sherpot, in order to confect a single grand cypress, the good farmer Sherpot planted 32 cypress trees. The good farmer Sherpot, with his loving goodness for them all. The good farmer Sherpot brought 31 cypress trees to the depths of ruination. So he planted 32, and he pushed them all until only one remained. Wait, was that the end of that? Yeah. So that's the idea, is that, like, he wanted to make one massive, powerful tree. So he learned about how, like, some trees won't survive, but others might. So he planted them, and he put them through hell to see which one would remain standing at the end. Interesting. All right, but I think that's where we're going to end things for today. We'll have more stuff to explore here. We got to, like, visit the store. We got to consolidate all our auras. We got to talk to everybody else. But I feel like this has been good enough for now, so we're going to stop. Thank you all so much for being here today. What a fun episode. Kevin, he better get his stuff in order, because he's very much disappointing me at the minute. It's going to be interesting to see what the next area looks like, and traveling with Zin will be really fun, and we'll get to see those doors too. Oh man, I wonder if we'll even get to the next area, because we have, like, the game door, and we also are going to have the story door with Zin. So yeah, actually, there's a good chance that after we get everything set up, we're just going to be doing story event stuff. So yeah, well, hopefully you'll enjoy that, but I'm excited to give it a try. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel, for following this series. As always, it's a pleasure having you, especially to the patrons and members. You're amazing. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you being here. So until the next video you're watching me, or see me in next, I'll see you there.